We'll go back to some of these super chats in a minute. KJ, what did you make? Look, it's probably hard to talk about the performance today because there's very little to talk about. I do want to mention, though, the defensive side of things. What did you make of the defensive performance from Man United today?
I think it was good for the most part. I think the defenders did really well with the challenges that they had. I thought Martinez was brilliant. Besides that stupid two-footed stamp tackle that he does, he needs to stop doing that because he will get sent off. And not banned for 3 games, get banned for 15. Because that's basically GBH what he does when he does that. And if he ever connects, it's not looking good, bruv. So yeah, he needs to stop doing that. But on the ball, he was brilliant. Defensively, he was really good. Harry Maguire did his job dealing with all the area balls, and De Ligt did all right, and so did Yaro when he came in. The issues that we have in terms of defending is coming in the midfield area. And I feel like the likes of Bruno when he's in there, Ugarte, the reason why they are getting run through right now is not actually because there's necessarily massive holes in the team. It's because the forwards can't hold the flipping ball.
Yeah.
So they're going up to do their job in supporting the forwards. You got Rasmus, we'll talk about him in a moment, not doing his job. Garnacho not doing his job. Ahmad not doing his job in keeping the ball up there. And next thing you know, they've lost the ball and now they're sprinting all the way back because they can't do their job. So I feel like defensively, our defenders got put under more pressure today because those guys, as a team, we didn't defend completely. Our defense did their job. Midfield had to cover for the forward line, and the forward line screwed us. But in terms of the defenders, we did good today. And Onana, he looked shaky at the start, making easy saves look a bit harder, but then he steadied himself. He claimed some high balls. He didn't have to make any great saves. That's why I don't think Fulham deserved to win either, because he weren't like they were pepping our goal too much. So overall, defensively, we did our job, but we need to improve in the forward line defensively, if you understand what I'm trying to say.
No, I agree with that. What you mentioned there about the forward line, look, Rasmus today, some people will say he's always been this bad. I disagree, because if he'd always been this bad, I've never seen a hold-up performance as bad as this in my life. From a Man United striker, David Bellion was better, and he was awful for us. It was horrendous, and he looks like he's drowning out there, Rasmus, and I don't like seeing it. Equally, I'm not going to abuse him as some amoebas abused Xerxes, because I'm going to keep the same energy. But I also agree with you. He actually looked at it. He lost the ball today 10 times during hold-up play. But Garnacho lost it 9 times, and Ahmad lost it 9 times also in hold-up play as well. And I think we always have this habit. I certainly was doing it during the game where I'm looking at it and I'm going, why does he always lose it? But actually, all 3 of them were poor at it today. He was the worst, but they were all poor at it. Xerxes came on. He lost it 3 times in that period. Now, he obviously didn't play for as long, but there was that improvement, and he was so much better at it than the rest of them. But I do agree with you. That front line's inability to hold the ball up we just kept on getting caught out of position. And thankfully, the defensive line did their job today. And how do you think, Dizzy, we improve on that front line? Is that about training, or is that about going out into the transfer market and buying better players at holding the ball up?
Bro, I think we need new bodies. On Højlund, I was one of those people that wanted to hold on to the hope that he could be a player for so long. But it's actually impossible to defend him. It really is. And I feel like he's not only, I think the tricky thing for Amorim is Højlund is his stature and sort of his qualities are what Amorim wants, but he doesn't play up to any of those qualities, if you get what I'm saying. He doesn't play up to the stature or none of that. So it's like, I want him to do good, but every time I put him in, he dies a little bit more. You know what I mean? So I think we need new bodies. I've never really, and I don't know if I've really talked about the Garnacho thing on this platform. Don't really quite understand the outrage as much as everybody else. Personally, I would sacrifice him for the greater good. Use the PSR to bring in more bodies in the attacking line. And what's it called? To me, Xerxes and Højlund, two sides of the same ass, if you ask me, bro.
Two cheeks of the same ass, my brother. Like Bayinde and Onana.
So I would look to get rid of both of them, or pick one to be a bench player. And obviously Ahmad is our guy. So he's really the only bright star, I think, in our forward line at the moment. So yeah, I would look to overhaul the whole
We should have
thing
talked
personally.
about that disallowed goal. That was the best bit of the
Yeah,
game.
but you know what I was about to
That
say
little
to you?
1-2 nutmeg.
I know-
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. The referee should have just allowed that for like highlight purposes. He should have just
Yeah,
allowed it. Be like, yo,
yeah,
this game
right.
was so shit. I'm counting that goal.
Well, it is a
Change
shame.
the score
We
anyways.
do need to bring in more people, but in terms of if for the rest of the season, we can't bring in 6 new attackers. It's just not happening, or 5 new attackers not happening in
I'll
January.
take a striker. I'll take one striker.
Yeah, we take one, but like in terms of like we can make some changes in the team to facilitate that. So we just literally mentioned it. Mainu should really be playing in that forward line just so we can see, because we know we can dribble, we know we can connect well with players and do 1-2s and has good IQ and decision making in the final third. Why not try him out there? Because you got Garnacho. See, the thing with Garnacho, again, he wasn't awful today, but he wasn't good. He was just okay. When he's playing, he can't play the inside 10. So you're seeing Mazraoui play inside 10. You see him inverting, or Dalot, who's out there, see him inverting. That's not how it's supposed to be. It doesn't work. And that's just because naturally Garnacho's like, I'm uncomfortable here. I'm gonna go out wide.
Yeah.
And then Mazraoui is like,
It's
okay, cool, I'll
it's
come
his
in.
first thought today.
Yeah. And it's just like it's not working. So we do need guys who can play.
Even Ahmad does that, to be fair, and it kind of pisses me off sometimes.
Yeah.
Which is why, by the way, we can't play counter-attacking football. If I may, were you gonna ask something there? Because I wanna go off what some of the things people said. Unless you have a question to direct. I know you usually like to direct the conversation a little bit.
Go for it.
Yeah. So what the guys are saying, listen, there's no way we can play counter-attacking with this team because we're not an anything team. Let's just establish that. We are a nothing team. So we're not a possession-based team. We're not a counter-attacking team. Like, you know what's so funny? The manager come after the game and he said, we lack P and P in the final third. And then Hassam sits on this match and actually says, we need to play counter-attack, which requires P and P. So literally the manager debunked Hassam without even listening to what Hassam said. Unless he was watching the Terrace, which I doubt Emerin was. Yeah,
right. Don't disrespect the flat foot. I'm joking.
I said, I doubt he is. Listen, I'm just saying he's in the stadium. I highly doubt he has it in his ears listening. He has to take an interview. But yeah, we're not a counter-attacking team. Neither are we a position-based team. And what Sam was asking earlier is that he wants us to play for results rather than improvements of the system and performances. And there is a fine balance between the two. You can't just try to play football and continue to lose, but you also can't do what Ten Hag did, which is just shithouse every game like he used to do and just bring on McTominay. Hopefully he'll get me a header in the last 10 minutes of the game win. So Hassam is not right, but he's also not completely
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's not really a rebuttal if you say we're a nothing team. Like we can't do anything.
we really are a nothing team. Because,
Well, that's not a rebuttal. Like, because we're just crap in general.
I could explain to you why, though, because I'll tell you what. Today, as an example, I look at the players that are on the pitch. If you want to play counterattack, ideally you need an outlet. The outlet is mainly sometimes your striker, especially when you play long balls. If your striker is a trampoline, the ball touches him and then just jumps 10 yards away, you cannot play counterattacking football like that. That is the issue that we have with this team.
But you know who your outlet is, though?
Who?
No, but that is the outlet.
Diallo, obviously.
No, okay, but you're not gonna launch the ball forward to Diallo like that, especially when Diallo drops. So today we saw the 2 10s drop a little bit deeper as wing backs, and then you saw the 2 wing backs invert in the middle. I think that was a way where he's trying to get, because to be fair, I think Mazraoui and Dalot are better in the build-up rather than just being in the final third. Dallow's a different story because he's just shit all over the place right now. So that was what he's trying to do. When your outlet is kicking the ball forward, but then you don't have a striker that can keep the ball, of course you're not going to be able to counterattack. That is the thing that we suffer from today. Every time we were pressed, we went long, we couldn't hold the ball. Every time we tried to build, slow from the back and go for short passing, you have people like Dalot messing up sometimes. You have people like Garnacho messing up sometimes. We unfortunately just have to accept it. We got to repeat it every week. We need a lot of players being changed.